My dead grandpa just unfriended me on Facebook. My grandpa has been dead for about 10 years, but before he died, he made a Facebook account. I never unfriended him because it felt like I still had a connection with him as long as I could go back and read our old conversations. Well, a few weeks ago I noticed my friend's count had gone down by 2. I never had many Facebook friends, so I knew it had to be 2 of my close friends or relatives who unfriended me. Eventually I realized it had to be Grandpa and Grandma. I thought maybe Facebook had closed Grandpa's account because he had been dead for so long, but that didn't explain Grandma. Also, I could still find both of them by searching for their names. I don't know why, but I tried adding both of them again. Almost immediately the option to add Grandpa returned, so I know my request was ignored. The request to add Grandma remained pending for a few hours, but eventually that one was ignored too. All this is a little besides the point and more detailed than you probably care about. But I need to tell someone, because it's all still really strange to me, and I wanted to tell the whole story. My grandmother is still alive. I don't visit her as often as I should, maybe a few times a year. She's not very tech savvy, but she's on Facebook once or twice a month. And after a few hours of painstakingly guiding her through online banking, she's even managed to start paying her bills online. But other than that, Facebook is about the most complicated computer thing she can handle. I asked my mother and she checked her own account. She had been unfriended as well. She about had a small meltdown when she called Grandma and she didn't pick up. I live pretty close to my mother, so she came and picked me up and we drove to Grandmother's house. It's only an hour away. Really, there is no excuse for visiting her as seldom as we do. Grandma was home and she was happy to see us. When my mother demanded to know why she hadn't picked up the phone, she said she had been to Grandpa's grave. She didn't seem to think Mother had any reason to be upset, but she invited us in and asked if we wanted to stay for dinner or coffee. We decided to remain for a few hours. As I said, we really should have visited her more often. And every time we visit, it's clear Grandma likes having us. We feel guilty about it when we're there for once, but life moves pretty quickly, and there's always something else we need to do. My grandma has an old piano. I'm not very musically inclined, but it's very nostalgic for me to hear Mother and Grandma play on that piano, which they did, as they always do when we visit. It felt good. It felt normal. So I told myself she had probably just had an old person moment and logged into Grandpa's account for some reason. But I was still curious, so I decided to visit her. I did ask her during dinner. She looked embarrassed, but she said she just did not feel like using Facebook anymore, so she had tried to close her account. We said the accounts were still open though, but she waved it away. We finished dinner and helped her with a few things around the house. She was